All right, the Venom trailer was released yesterday, right? I heard a lot about it. I saw articles, tweets, everything, but I have yet to see it. I'm going to watch it now and do a video about it. So let's get into it.
You should be extremely afraid. Thank you for bringing us collectively to this moment. It is a moment that so many have dreamed of claiming. History starts today.
The guy you work for is an evil person.
I don't work for him. My firm works for him. Are you gonna behave yourself tomorrow?
I told you I'm gonna do my job. I'm a reporter. I follow people that do not want to be followed.
What about the allegations that you recruit the most vulnerable for tests that end up killing people?
Your time to go.
You're finished, Mr. Brock.
Was that a threat?
You had to learn how to hide in plain sight. I'm pretty good at it. But you suck. Whoever you are.
I work at the Life Foundation, and I need your help. We found something. We call them symbiotes. Carlton Drake believes that the union between human and symbiote is the key to our evolution.
I'm feeling really sick. I'm hearing a voice.
Eddie. You're not real. You were just in my head.
I'm gonna need Mr. Drake's property back.
I don't know.
Why would we do that?
If you're gonna stay, you will only hurt bad people.
The way I see it, we can do whatever we want. Do we have a deal?
Are you willing to sacrifice the one thing you hold most dear? You should be extremely afraid. What the hell are you?
We are Venom.
That looked interesting. I read an article saying that reactions to this trailer were mixed, that there were people who loved it and people who didn't think it was that good. I think it's pretty solid. I mean, it didn't seem like any more jaw-dropping or gripping than any other superhero movie trailer, but there were elements in here that I thought pumped it up, to the good column, I guess the good side, because I was intrigued. One of the things that really struck me was like a storyline narrative perspective when he was saying, Eddie Brock, the human guy that Tom Hardy plays, was saying, we're only going to hurt bad people or something to the symbiote. And the symbiote said, we are going to do whatever we want, or basically like hinting that there's going to be a fight between what Eddie wants and what the symbiote's mind wants or whatever. And I like that. I like the fact that it's going to be him fighting internally with this being that's bonded to him. And that's cool. I think this movie is going to explore that. And I know, I've read like enough Marvel and Spider-Man comic books. That's pretty much what a lot of what the Venom character has been about in the comics. But since I haven't read Spider-Man or Marvel comics consistently in so long, I had forgotten that element of the character originally. And whenever I see Venom in comics today, he's like the character is more of a hero than he was in the old days when he was more of a villain. And so a lot of this conflicted dramatic stuff that was with the genesis, the origin of the character, I had forgotten about until I saw it referenced in this trailer. And I like that. This movie is going to play with that. And I think that's going to be great in this movie if they do it well. That makes me interested to see this, how they're going to handle that. And then another thing, a big thing, were the effects of the symbiote himself, or the Venom symbiote in this trailer, and the big thing at the end when they showed him, with the giant mouth coming over Tom Hardy's character's head. I thought that looked good. I did see some criticism that it looked too hard, plasticky, like the texture, but I don't know. How's anybody going to know what that's going to look like because it doesn't exist? I thought the way it looked in this trailer here was pretty good. I like those effects. I do wonder though, because special effects, the shelf life is so short nowadays. In like 5 or 10 years from now, is this going to still look good, or is it going to look, really obviously CGI effects? It looked obvious in here, but it was still good. But a lot of old like sci-fi movies from the 90s and 2000s, they look great today with all when they came out with those effects. But like nowadays, you watch them and they look so fake. And I'm wondering if that's how Venom's going to look, like 10 or 15 years from now. I mean, it looks good today, but I do wonder. But all in all, yeah, I mean, this is like the problem I think that Venom has faced in that, with so many like sci-fi superhero action movies and other kinds of sci-fi movies out these days and crowded, I think a lot of people had forgotten or weren't thinking about this movie that much. They don't think about it until, a trailer or teaser comes up. And, so it might have to like really fight to stand out from the crowd. And that's not this movie's fault. It's just the way that the movie landscape has evolved. Every other weekend there's a potential like huge blockbuster. And, whereas a movie like Venom might have been really special like 10 or 15 years ago, today, it's it has to fight, against all these movies coming out later in the year. Aquaman, Mary Poppins, Alita, Bumblebee, and there's probably like 5 or 6 others I have forgotten about that are coming out around that time later in the year. So, actually, I think those movies come out in November, December, so I guess maybe Venom will be okay, but I'll bet you there's like 3 or 4 in October or November when this movie comes out that it's gonna have to fight to compete with, because they're just making so many of these movies now. But I give it the thumbs up. I was intrigued. I liked it. I'm definitely going to remember to see it. But, will other people? I'm somebody who sees a movie almost every weekend, and I like movies like this, so I'm predisposed to go see Venom. But, how many other people like me are going to see this so that it can compete with the huge box office that movies like this need to make these days? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I have my hopes up for it. I hope it does well. I think it can, especially if it's a good movie. But, it's tough these days for movies like this. But, we'll see. But anyways, thank you for watching. I appreciate your viewership. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.